This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 34, and verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. Shalom, all glorification, honor, and praise is due only unto Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, along with the bishops, Wazaquanium, who rule and teach the church well. Salutations to the elect, the Baashad Dawada, which is the house of David. It's a spiritual house being raised up in these last days, made up of lively stones. Begins with 144,000 and servants to prophets, and includes the remainder of the remnant, consisting of men, women, and children, believers. Those men, women, and children among Israel who believed the testimony of the prophets. They too are going to be delivered out of this coming destruction. And that's what's coming to America. Total and complete destruction. And a nuclear bunker isn't going to do you a damn bit of good. All right, this judgment is coming, and there's no escaping it. Now, today is Tuesday, December the 17th, 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. And I saw this on ABC News a little while ago. It's about 10 minutes to 5 here in FEMA region number 4. And you see the headline, nuclear bunker sales increased despite expert warnings they aren't going to provide protection. And they're not. Okay? They're not. But this is a fulfillment of biblical prophecy, because the scriptures talks about in the book of Amos, for example, the 9th chapter. It talks about the wicked elites of Esau, Edom, right, who is a so-called white man, you know, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers. It talks about them digging into hell, right? And right, hell, all right, underneath the ground, okay? Hell is the grave, IUIC, all right? Hell is not some underground inferno where you burn forever and ever and ever. That's complete madness. That's Roman Catholic dogma, okay? And any Israelite teaching that mess, you know, as of December 17, 2024, you know, is a lying false prophet, and it's going to be destroyed, period. You know, it says global security leaders are warning nuclear threats are growing as weapons spending surged to $91.4 billion last year. Yeah, the nations of the earth, again, it's Bible prophecy, the nations of the earth are pouring their resources into what? Into their military technology, all right, specifically into this nuclear weaponry, okay, which those swords, okay, those arrows, they're really the weapons of his indignation, okay. Isaiah 13 goes into that, all right, his righteous anger. That's what he's going to use to bring this kingdom down, man. That's what he's going to use to root out Esau, you know, from this earth, okay, take away his power, all right. This nuclear destruction is going to do them in, man. And again, it don't matter how far you dig underground or what kind of bunker you got set up, you know. The Lord is coming, man. He's going to turn his fishers into hunters. You know, it's about to be hunting season, because the men of the Lord are going to be tasked with arresting these elites, you know, shackling them up, putting them in chains. Okay, the elites are going to be the first fruits of slavery, the same way the men of the Lord are going to be the first fruits of salvation. Okay, Ezekiel 39, right, talks about them being men of continual employment. They're going to be saved, okay, but they're going to be yanked out of these bunkers, okay, and go right into the fields, man. All right, so let's get this real quick. All right, when Bernard Jones Jr. and his wife Doris built their dream home they didn't know about. A grotto swimming pool with a waterfall for hot summer days, a home theater for cozy winter nights, a fruit orchard to harvest in fall, and a vast underground bunker in case disaster strikes. Well, disaster's going to strike, man. Okay? Disaster's going to strike, and again, these elites know it. Okay? 2/3 of our people are clueless. All right? 2/3 of the Lord's people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, are clueless, man. You, the children of Israel, and y'all are, you know, 2/3 of you are through. Okay? That includes you speckled bird brothers and sisters. Y'all are done, man. Okay? But the elites, the super elites, especially They have access to the scrolls. They know it's coming. They know the Lord is up there in the heavens in a chariot. You know, Yahweh Shai. They know his name's Yahweh Shai. All right. And they know that Yahweh Shai is coming back with the angels. And at the end of the day, they know that there's nothing they can do to stop it. Okay, but they're going to try, and they're going to fail. All right, to say the least. The world's not becoming a safer place, he said. We wanted to be prepared. Right, well, we in perilous times, man. These are these perilous times the Apostle Paul wrote of. You know, these are very hazardous, very dangerous times indeed, man. The time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, Daniel's 12 goes into it. Talks about a time like no other, man. All right, and it's gonna get really medieval out here in the very near future. Okay, as all you damn heathens are, you know, getting ready for your Saturnalia worship, because you're not worshiping the birth of the Lord. The Lord wasn't born on December 25th. He wasn't born in the winter, and you know, he never told you to celebrate his birthday. There's not one scripture in the Bible you can point to, all right, to support, all right, that pagan worship, that pagan foolishness. Not one scripture supports it. Not one. Okay? That's the way of the heathen. Let's see. Under a nondescript metal hatch near the private basketball court, there's a hidden staircase that leads down into rooms with beds for about 25 people, bathrooms, and 2 kitchens, all backed by a self-sufficient energy source. These people are crazy, man. And you're trying to escape the judgment of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, and it's not going to work, man. How can you hide from your maker? Okay? How can you hide from the one who created you? All right, there's nowhere you can go. I mean, hold on. There's a, let me get that. And I believe it's the song, well, I know it's the song, but I think it's, let's see. Bear with me, because I'm going to have to look it up. Is it Psalm 139? About to find out. Where are you going to go to escape the Lord, man? Psalm, I think it's 139. Give me just a second. Yep. All right. This is the book of Psalms, right? Chapter 139 and verse 7. Whither shall I go from thy spirit? Or whither shall I flee from thy presence, right? Rhetorical questions that have obvious answers. Okay. In other words, you can't go anywhere and flee away from his spirit or his presence. Okay. If I ascend up into heaven, verse 8, thou art there. If I make my bed in hell, behold, thou art there. All right. So these people are making their beds in hell, right? Underground. Okay. And guess what? The Lord's right there. If I take the wings of the morning, verse 9, and dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there shall thy hand lead me, verse 10. And thy right hand shall hold me. Who's the right hand being spoken of in the scripture? That's Yahweh Shai, man. He is Yahweh's right hand. Okay. Verse 11 says, if I say, surely the darkness shall cover me, even the night shall be light about me. Yea, the darkness hideth not from thee, verse 12, but the night shineth as the day. The darkness and the light are both alike to thee. Yep. So there ain't no getting away from the Lord, man. You could, again, because they're in the heavens, they talking, these devils are talking about colonizing Mars out of their fucking minds. They in the sea, okay? They're going to get bitten, all right, by Leviathan, all right? People are insane, man. Absolutely, completely delusional. Getting back to the article, with water, electricity, all right, clean air and food, they felt ready for any disaster, even a nuclear blast. At their bucolic home in California's Inland Empire. If there was a nuclear strike, would you rather go into the living room or go into a bunker? If you had one, you'd go there too, said Jones, who said he reluctantly sold the home 2 years ago. Global security leaders are warning nuclear threats are growing as weapons spending surged to $91.4 billion last year. At the same time, private bunker sales are on the rise globally, from small metal boxes to crawl inside of to extravagant underground mansions. Yep. Critics warn these bunkers create a false perception that a nuclear war is survivable. Right, and that is a false perception. That's complete madness, because Esau Edom is going to be judged here in America. Okay, this whole everyone left. All right, upon the Lord's return is going to be nuked. Okay, going to burn outside of the elect, of course. All right, Esau, the 2/3, right, the unbelievers, the house of Saul, and the heathen, the dumbass heathens who don't want to leave. Okay, they argue that people planning to live through an atomic blast aren't focusing on the real and current dangers posed by nuclear threats and the critical need to stop the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction. Nah, man, he ain't gonna stop that. And again, the Lord is the one stirring this up, man. He's the one. He created the smith, which blow up the coals in the fire, Isaiah 54, right? And he created what? A waster to destroy. So this is all the doing of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua at the end of the day. Okay? Again, there ain't no way to run, man. All right? There's nowhere, rather, it's like it to run. Nowhere to hide. It's an old 60s song. I can't remember who sang it. Let's see. Meanwhile, government disaster experts say bunkers aren't necessary. A Federal Emergency Management Agency 100-page guidance on responding to a nuclear detonation focuses on having the public get inside and stay inside, ideally in a basement and away from outside walls for at least a day. Those existing spaces can provide protection from radioactive fallout, says FEMA. Yeah, right. A destroying wind's coming to this fucking place, man. All right, I am gonna end it here. It's just interesting, yeah, man. All these elites, and even these lesser elites over here in Babylon are investing all this money, all right, thinking that they're gonna somehow rise up out of the ashes like the phoenix and survive this thing, man. No, they're the only ones who are going to survive, all right, are the elect. All right, and the scriptures talks about the righteous scarcely being saved. Why? Because as those warheads are coming down out of the atmosphere, the elect will be beamed up literally through the fire. Okay? That's the righteous scarcely being saved. The righteous is the elect of Israel right now, the 144,000, and those men, women, and children among Israel who believe our report. That's Isaiah the 53rd chapter. I'm always going into that. All right, through the Spirit. But, yeah. Nuclear bunker sales increase despite expert warnings they aren't going to provide protection, and they're not. Again, the elites of Esau are going to have a temporary stay of execution. All right, but when the Lord comes back, man, they're going to be screaming. They're going to be yelling, hide us from the face of him who sits on the throne and from the face of the Lamb. Roughly paraphrasing, what is that, Revelation 6? Which precepts to Isaiah the 34th chapter, which I opened up the video with. Anyway, Lord willing, you was edified by this quick lesson. With that, I want to say shalom. Us on to the next one.